Hello guys, Andy here, and I'm here to bring you all things Monday to makeup related. If that's your vibe, I'd love it if you would subscribe to be part of my little slice of the internet. And in today's video, we are doing a Throwback Thursday with the ABH Rose Metals palette. So if you want to see how we took this palette and made this grungy eye look, then let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, hello guys. So, as you saw in the intro, we're using the ABH Rose Metal palette, which looks like this. So mine I got from Mercari, and a couple of these shimmers came busted, but I repressed them in there and it worked out. So I did pull palette bingo numbers. I only pulled 4 shades because the 5th shade I got ended up being this Nova shade, and I just don't like how that shade looked with the rest of the shades that I got. So I was like, nope, we're done. 4 shades it is. So the first shade I got was the shade 8, so 6, 7, 8, which is the shade Element, right here, which is, it's giving more of a satin vibe. Like, it's a shimmer, but it's not super impactful. It might be more impactful on the eyes, but I really love the color of it. Then I got the shade 10, which is a matte. It's the shade Dune, which, love this tone. Like, just those 2 shades together. Gorgeous. Then I got the shade number 12, which is the last shade in the palette. It's the shade Noble. This one feels a little dry. And to be honest, especially swatching these next to each other, I wish the shade Dune was darker. Just a hair darker. And then last but not least, I got the shade 2, which is Royal, which, it's a shimmer, but it's giving like a sequin shade. It's like a pinky shade, but there's gold glitter in it. So the only shade that had kick up was that very first shade, Element. So that is our color story there. So I'm going to prime with my Julep Shadow Stick. I am back to using the shade Desert Matte. I finished my shade Clay Matte. So we're back to using this one, which is exciting for me because I like this shade. This shade is a repurchase. What to talk about today? Well, we can talk about Ian's promotion because he started first shift. Yesterday was his first day on first shift. So today is his second day. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to use the brown as a deepening shade. But I'm going to go crease, deepening, outer corner, lid. And I might pull in, do I have anything that I could use? I don't. Well, I might just take this shade for my inner corner, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But so the job that Ian works, he worked there before. He worked there for 4 years and was wrongfully terminated. And he didn't work there for a year. All of 2024, he didn't work there. Well, the company got bought out by another bigger company. It's still the same company. They still do the same job. Everything is still the same. It's just they're now owned by a bigger company. The shade is gorgeous. So he reapplied. It took like 5 tries of him reapplying for them to take him back. And then they ended up taking him back as a temp worker first. Then he did his 90 days of temp, and then they hired him on. second shift. And so originally when he worked there before, he was a welder. That's his pride and joy. Ian loves welding. He's not a certified welder because you don't have to have a certificate to work at that job. We want to send him to school, but it's just, it hasn't been in the cards to do that. But he's a really good welder. He loves it and all of that. Well, when he went back, he has been just a regular machine op. So he has welded a few times when they need someone to weld. He does the paint booth. Basically, in that building, he knows how to do every position. He runs the axle cutter, the wet saw, like I said, the paint. He knows how to weld. And when he came back, people there were just like, who is this guy? Because there were so many. They do have a higher turnover rate there because they take temp workers. And people just... Temp isn't a good time. Like, people just up and leave in the middle of shifts when they're a temp worker. You say one wrong thing to a temp worker and they quit. And it's a whole to-do. I really like this shade. I like the color. It's going on really nicely. So now let's see if we add any of this brown, what it does. But his supervisor went to first shift to take a different position about a month ago? 2 months ago? And he came to Ian directly last week and asked if he would be willing to come to first shift. And usually his pay would have dropped to the lower base pay, but they didn't drop him. The only pay that he lost was his shift differential between first and second shift, which was 13 cents. So that's super awesome. He's now technically a utility worker. So he's basically, his old supervisor is now his supervisor again. And he's basically his bitch. He does whatever he wants him to do. So he's currently doing paint, because that's where they need someone right now. But, yeah, he's going to be learning a lot of things, like more managerial stuff. They want him to be a team lead in the next few months, which is so exciting. Like, he's finally moving up the ladder, which is what he wanted to do when he worked there last time, but it just didn't go in his favor. This is coming out so much more cool-toned than, like, I feel it looks in the pan, but I'm loving it. Okay, that actually worked out beautifully. And I'm so proud of him. So proud of him. Because, like, yeah, he got raises when he worked there before, because every year when you get your yearly review, if you're doing a good job, you get a raise. But, like, he never actually got promoted. So, I just think that this is so exciting. He called his mom, and she was like, "You're adulting, finally." But it's been hard for him to wake up for first shift, because he now works 6 to 2:30, which is such a nicer shift, to be honest. It's also weird for me to be filming in the morning. Like right now, for me, real time, it's 6 a.m. and I'm filming. But it's honestly so much more peaceful than filming at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when everybody's doing stuff and busy and making lots of noise and... Just going in with my NYX glitter glue. Because I am still going to try to take these shades on my finger, just to see if I can get more payoff. Let me know what you think. I don't think these two shades, like, go with the palette. Like, they do, but they don't. I don't know. Like, that one definitely does, but I just don't love it. This one just doesn't, I don't like, let me swatch. I don't know. I just definitely don't feel like they're very necessary and needed. I need a new makeup wipe before I go into shades on my face. Oh, and as per usual, just in case this is, you know, one of your first videos for me, everything else that's on my face, because the rest of my face was already done, is in the description box. So, I'm going to take this one, which was Royal, and I'm going to put that right here. Plus, I think using my finger with these shades, I'll get more of the, like, shimmery particles. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to go into Element. Which, this is such a creamy, dreamy shade. I'm going to see if I can pick some up on a brush. Oh, God. Oh, yeah, that picks up. Okay. Wow. I did not... Because I don't normally use a brush for my shadows, but... with my nails, I've been having to use one. So that is really dark. I do want to brighten the inner corner. So I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to go into Heavenly. I know we didn't get it in our palette bingo, but I want a brighter inner corner. This is a very dark eye look. And so I'm going to take that and just... oh yeah, that's what I needed. Yep, that was pretty. So I'm going to just do this on the other eye. I'll figure out if I'm doing liner, what I'm going to do for lips, and I will come right back and we will discuss the palette. Alright, so this is the final look. I even did some winged eyeliner, and I never do that, so I think it turned out pretty nice. Overall, I like the palette. I think that it's lovely. I just don't think that I'm ever going to use this shade, and I might not even use that one. But the mattes were really buttery. They were blendable. The shimmers almost have like a... it's a thickness, but in a good way, because I normally don't like a thicker shimmer, but these were nice. They went on with a finger nicely, and they also picked up with a brush nicely. So, it's the only ABH palette I have, so for now, I do want to keep it. I'd like to play around with it some more, but I think the look turned out really grungy and nice. So, that's going to do it for this week's Throwback Thursday. Let me know, do you have this palette? What do you think of it? And I'd love all your thoughts in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys!